Today is your very last lesson in probability. I know you are heartbroken. You're gonna miss probability. It has been the best thing you've ever done, but it is time to finish. Try not to cry too much. We are talking about two different kinds of probability today: theoretical and experimental. Now, don't worry about those two words very much. Theoretical probability just means that you're a smart person and you can think about things and figure them out. So we have been doing all theoretical probability so far. You have been saying, I'm gonna look at this die. It has 6 numbers on it. So the probability of rolling a 2 is 1 chance out of 6 possible chances. Okay? Makes sense. That's in theory, theoretically, that's what will happen. Experimental means you're actually going to do the experiment and find out. So theoretical probability tells me that if I roll the die 6 times, 1 time it will be the number 2. Now let's actually try that. So you're going to take a die and you're going to roll it 6 times and you're going to track what numbers you rolled. Did you roll a 2 one time? Did you roll it 2 times? Did you not roll it at all? So when we get into experimental probability, we realize that it's not exactly the same as the theoretical. The math side of things isn't always what happens in real life. Today you're going to do some real life experimenting. You are going to need to have a paper clip. You're going to need to have a die. I think that's all you need today. Oh, and a coin. A coin. It can be a loonie, a penny, a nickel, whatever kind of coin you want to have. Let's open up our books for the last time this year and see what you're going to be working on today. All right, your last page, it really is actually like your last page in here, 214 and 215. Here we go. You're doing number 1 to 4 today, and today you are actually going to do some experimenting. So in number 1, though, they've done the work for you. They've done the tally chart. They show you the spinner. David wins with a red spin. Jax wins with a green spin. So you can see the different colors. They spin the spinner 20 times. How many times do you expect David to get to win, and how many times do you expect Jax to win? So is this a fair game? If it is, it should be half and half. But then the tally shows the actual result. So they actually played the game. Jax says the game was not fair. Do you agree? So was this game a fair game? Good question. All right, number 2, you're going to need to have a coin. It can be a quarter, it doesn't have to be. You're going to flip it 30 times. Flipping it is just where you sort of give a quick little toss in the air, grab it, and then you put it down and see what is face up. Is it the animal picture or the schooner picture, or is it the queen's head? You're going to make a tally chart of how many times you get heads and how many times you get tails. So do the tally as you flip, and then count it up at the end. And then what fraction of the time would you expect it to flip heads? Half, more than half, less than half? What would you expect? And then you can see, did that happen? Okay, then you come down to number 3. This is the one where you're going to need to have a die, and you're going to roll it 20 times. So if you were to roll it, how many times would you expect to roll an even number? How many times would you expect to roll an odd number? And now you're going to actually do it. So tally it up, count it up, and did your results match the expectations? So these are your expectations. Is that what happened? And then finally, this is sort of a cool thing. You use a paper clip. So you put your paper clip down, and then you put a pencil down. And then you can kind of just like flick the paper clip around in a circle. So these become your spinners. If you spin the spinner 20 times, how many times do you think you'll get red? So using this spinner here, and then actually spin it 20 times and make a tally, count it up, and then did it match your expectations? It's okay if it doesn't match your expectations perfectly. Remember, there's a difference between what we expect to happen and what happens in real life. But that doesn't mean you did the math wrong up here. It just means that sometimes real life happens differently than the math makes us think it will happen. Well, enjoy your last little bit of doing this math workbook. If you're bored someday, there were pages in here we never did. You're welcome to go back and do them. Have a lovely day.